there's so much noise drowning out the news. Talking heads, broadcast messages, press releases. They're telling you their side, but you just want the facts. And that's why you come to me. I give you the statistics without spin. Out of 116 million working age Nigerians, 35.5 million are employed full-time. That's 30%. I give you the context. I give you the history. I fight fake news with facts.
Kayode. No, Kayode, I will let you talk. Kayode, I will let you talk if you let me talk. Kayode.
That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in. 500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000. Over 1 million Lagosians. They know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day: Bola Tinubu has 22 more days to submit his ministerial nominees. Today marks 38 days since he took office on May 29th, and under the latest constitutional amendment, presidents must nominate their ministers within 60 days of their swearing-in. I'm keeping count because of what Delalake said back in May. He said, quote, "A month maximum is enough for any serious government to form its cabinet and put a structure of government in place after swearing in," end quote. It has now been over a month. 22 days to go. Second hard fact of the day: 14 states may face severe flooding this week. That's according to NEMA. Lagos is not one of the listed states, but it's still a sign that the weather is changing and heavy rains bring heavy floods. So we should be hearing from all our governments all over the nation about how they are planning for this year, because we all saw what happened last year. Let it not catch us unawares. We have to get in front of this thing. What's the plan to get in front of this thing? I've got a third hard fact for you. NNPC has missed its own deadline to go public. MD Melekiari told us last year that they'll have their IPO by the middle of this year. The plan was for end of June. It hasn't happened yet. And of course, has a year that they've missed their own deadline. You're here for us, and you are in fantastic. Let's talk about Yerima. Saying that Amnesty might be the way to go for NHS. Talk about a Lagos businessman who's being investigated revenge porn. And let's talk about the row. The announcement by the House Speaker has caused with the peace leaders of the National Assembly. At 4 o'clock, with time and the glassing, I'm going to continue conversation. I think so. How high there is in 20 students for girls, male over females, all children who have shadowed. And then 5 really long day. I talk about the information fuel pages about this besides US operators have put out for the public, and the book about VAT for market women and VAT collection VAT for them for people who have store in the market. Someone from FR Joyce, they can't just say journalists we have to and we'll talk about those things at 5 o'clock. And then of course 15 exports at the exports interested or an expert joining talk about exports. The mayor can ask questions about how you pay for your to export abroad, what's the buyers of the products. You'll be from 6 to 15 question at 45. We'll do a conversation we start to get say on about promissions the part time. You'll be if someone says something happens to consider a conflict and I'll hand you over to the sports angle. But for right now, let's bring you today's view. Also, we use up it's hour every hour. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos, and these are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three
on Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Where is revenge porn and extortion? Yerima correct out is in Akpabio and his party. So your big figures in the north of this week. Sunny as one of them stand the statesman come up with solutions to this. Yerima says thinks the real solution is a negated settlement involving Amnesty rehabilitation. New Lagos. But these people say that the current government has the capacity, the military and security agencies have the capacity to deal with them if so directed. If they're giving the resources to them, but she argued with the actions that could be taken to be avoided. If you send an up now to Thai bandits, it will bandits that will be effective. So if the government comes up with politics, just as they did with Sham, that issue was handled, you have a successful ending process. Do you agree with former Amnesty Yerima? And this to segregate armed bandits in Nigeria and the camps in our various forests must be lodged, as anything short of this will not address or bring a lasting solution to the problem. Engaging in negotiations with armed bandits will never yield significant positive outcomes, because past experiences have demonstrated that criminal elements such as armed bandits often exploit negotiations as a means to buy time, regroup, and strengthen their positions. They view negotiation as a sign of weakness of government, which emboldens them to continue their violent activities. End quote. Do you agree with them? BPU says it will embolden them. Do you agree? So again, let me remind you the argument for amnesty. The argument for amnesty is that these people were driven to banditry because of poverty, and that will cause horrific collateral damage. The argument against it has been like 093 015 70190. So, do you think each new peace program can cause another group of terrorists? Every time we peace, we were including another group, right? There have been a Boko Haram rehab program without a Niger Delta amnesty program. Would there be calls for bandit rehabilitation today if Boko Haram terrorists were not rehabilitated yet? What do you think? I don't have the 59. All right, Malik, thank you very much for calling. Aigbe is here. Hi, Aigbe.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah. So continue from where that man stopped. The Yerima, he went to Egypt to marry underage there. That time he was still very much intact with 7 million that the girl will grow in his house. You call that one righteousness? Okay. You wanted to protest to Nigeria. What to do? Whereas they have so many wives at home. Can such a man actually rule himself?
People who do wrong things can often have good ideas.
Never. This one, they are marked with spirit of condemnation. They can never do anything good for their people. What about the man who was abused everything? I think a building in what they call it? This Emirates. The case is with EFCC.
Okay.
A governor built 19 houses in Dubai. Many of those governors in the north, let EFCC investigate them. They are the ones that drive their people down and use the money to invest in other Emirates or whatsoever. So when they're talking of amnesty, whose money are they going to use to pay them? Do they produce money like that? Then they not only data that there was this agitator. Now their owner is all over. Within they even try to extend it to Abuja. All the bombardment they did, who will pay for that?
All right, who will pay? Aigbe is asking. Joel is in the Klaja. Hi, Joel.
Hello.
Hi, Joel.
Good
Welcome.
afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon.
To Yerima's
to bring Sharia and the court Nigeria's hand, and then you call such a person a statesman. Who is a statesman then? Then all the armed robbers should be our statesmen. We shouldn't call that man a statesman. Very careful. He's selecting those who will work for us. We can as his assets before the correct governor that is going out
right.
Because how can one person have 9 trillion and the federal government is looking at all these things and looking the other way as if they are not? We Niger Delta we will rise up against them. If they don't treat that thing, everything must come to the center for equality.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling, Samuel in Moe. We've got messages on WhatsApp, so let's take a look at some of them. These people are criminals. They should be treated like criminals that they are. What did Yerima achieve as a governor? Only poverty for the citizens of his state. I disagree with him, David from Aguda, with that message there. We've got this one here from Salisu in Ojo. Salisu says, that all bandit camps should first of all dislodge the bandits first before any negotiations. That a train can be hijacked on the rail. Service chiefs should spring into action. Let Yerima go and settle his score with EFCC. I hope the new service chiefs are listening. All right, Salisu Yusuf Inojo, with that message, thank you very much. We'll take a break. When we come back, let me bring
Let's play. The prize money is double. The total of 150,000 naira can now be won every single night.
Investigation for extortion and revenge porn. That's our second story. One of the victims is a mother of two who was widowed 8 years ago. She said that she met the suspect, Kennedy Amara, in a chat group for singles. They started dating, but according to the victim, she broke up with him because he wasn't serious. After the breakup, he allegedly sent pictures of herself that he secretly took while they were together. Pictures of her naked, videos of her naked, videos of them having sex. He threatened to send the videos to her friends and her family if she doesn't pay him 100,000 naira. She paid. Then he demanded another 40,000 naira. She paid. Finally, the demands got too heavy, and when she didn't pay, he allegedly published them. He allegedly sent a message that said, quote, "By the time I am done, suicide will be her only option. Her pictures are there at Redeem Parish WhatsApp group platform. I am all over the news. She will also be all over the news. By the time I am done, suicide will be her only option." This one to her colleague at work, 28 pictures. I've sent to her friends abroad, both male and female. I've sent to her in-law, Redeem Church branch, on WhatsApp to her pastor and more random people online. Una never jam, my image is already dented. Hers will go round. Pictures that I've uploaded on a porn site today. All 52 pictures, end quote. By the way, the woman says her family and her in-laws are rallying around her and showing her support. Because Lagos, at the end of the day, this is a very despicable man, and revenge porn and blackmail are becoming a rampant problem. You have lots of people who are violating the trust that an intimate partner placed on them to either share their nudes or extort them. And these are crimes. I have to remind you, of course, Lagos, these are crimes. But how has society, like what I'm very interested in finding out is how society has gotten so rotten that some people believe that this is acceptable behavior, that people have gotten so comfortable doing this. I'm not going to tolerate any victim blaming. Lagos. So if you're going to call me to blame the victim, don't bother. This person was a single woman, a widow. She had a right to date. She dated a despicable person who has done this and is currently being investigated. What I want us to talk about is why this is so rampant. Why are people comfortable doing this? 0700-993-993-993, because this is somebody who trusts you, who shares their life with you, who is intimate with you, and you violate this trust in such a violent way. You're extorting them, you're sharing their nudes. Why has society gotten so comfortable doing this? Some people in the society. 0700-993-993-993, 01465-7190. I've got Ngozi Okelwe joining us. Oh, unfortunately, I don't have that call anymore. But let me take a look at your calls here in Nigeria. 99.3.
Good afternoon to you, Lady Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Prince Wise, calling you from Amuada.
Welcome, Prince Wise. Good to have you on the show. Hello? Prince Wise? Oh, that's unfortunate. Ngozi is here. Ngozi, welcome. Talk to me.
Hello, Sandra.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's such a shame that people have become so, I don't know how to describe them but to call them animals, because this is not acceptable. There was a news some weeks back here in the United States when a young boy was scammed by a group of guys in Nigeria with this same nude photograph thing. Mm-hmm. And they said they were going to expose it. The boys sent them some money and they requested for more. Unfortunately, this boy could not give them the money, and he said he was going to kill himself. And those group of guys in Nigeria said, go ahead. If you don't do it, you're a bastard. We'll make it sooner for you, and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Long story short, this boy took his own life. The American government sent some people back home to Nigeria, and they've arrested this group of people who did this. So it's because the society does not do anything to punish these barbaric idiots who do it.
Right.
And my only advice is for ladies, any man that tells you, hey, send me your nude photos, you should just be careful the kind of people you hang out with and people you talk to, because a lot of people are so heartless today. They don't have conscience. They feel like, yes, they're entitled to destroy people's lives, and it's a shame. If the Nigerian government could put a law against this, and anybody who is arrested for this should face stiff punishment, probably to deter others from doing all this. That's my own 2 cents about this. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much for calling, Ngozi. 99.3, hello. Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. What's your name, sir?
Sandra, how are you?
I'm very well. What's your name, sir?
Okay. It has been there since. For this, the Bible says that the heart of man is deliberately wicked. How can sometimes from 4 or 5 years ago, about 40 people were beheaded in Damawa in their farm. And they cut their head. There are so many that is happening in the world. This is just a little of what is happening. This is not as wicked as killings which is taking place all over the place.
Right.
It's just that the signs of end time come, and we don't know where we are going. And these things have been there before, but what is bringing into the fore is the social media, which is placed now. We don't know where we are going.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Kenneth from Festac joining us. Hi, Kenneth.
Yeah, hello, Sandy. Sandy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
How are you today?
Very well. Talk to me.
Yeah, good to hear a second today.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think the issue with the issue of Kennedy, though I'm Kenneth, so I'm not Kennedy. I'm Kenneth. Because I can't do that kind of thing.
Okay.
I think the reason is that I would say it's impunity and the lack of way, or will I say the lack of this thing for Nigeria to punish anybody that commit crime. It happens to Stewart Savage. nothing happened to the person that that initiated it. It happened to this this actress in Jama. Nothing happened to the guy too.
No, he was arrested. He was arrested. Yes, he was arrested.
But I don't think it was in Nigeria that he was arrested.
No. He was arrested in his country.
Yeah, in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think it's high time now. That means we set a very deadly example to all these guys so that they will stop this nonsense. I think it's getting out of hand. Yeah, that's my own 10 cents.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your 10 cents on the matter. We've got this one here from Jonathan in Magboro. Jonathan says, Sandra, I'm still looking for a no-nonsense leader that would have picked up this Yerima for serious questioning. I'm of the opinion that... Oh, okay. Jonathan, I'm not going to read the rest of that message, but thank you very much for your message. Kolakpo says, this revenge porn man is a savage. I have headache just thinking of this madman. Kolakpo, thanks for your message. There's this one here that says, Sandra, there's nothing wrong with government negotiating with terrorists or bandits if the negotiation will bring lasting peace. The federal government should negotiate on the basis of strength, not weakness, by attacking them first. Olu from Badagry with that message there. Adegoke from Lekki says, the more you negotiate with bandits or criminals, you give them an upper hand to exploit you. It's the same thing as giving in to a blackmailer. He or she will keep on making exploitative demands. I can assure you that most of those terrorists are not ready to change. Killing and terrorizing has become their nature. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Welcome. What's your name, ma'am?
Market woman.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, how to say the heart of men is destiny. My own is not wicked. And those who have found God, their heart is wicked. All I see in all these things, there are strange people that have swallowed different things. So they are not human anymore. You just see them in three-piece suit. You think that you have met human being. And again, animal is very friendly. They cannot behave like this. So let them chase after that guy and nail him, for example. Thank you.
Okay. All right. She says maim him. I don't know about maiming him, but he's definitely being investigated at the moment by the police. The police says they're taking this very seriously because, again, revenge porn is a crime. And what he has done is a crime, even under Nigerian law. Nigerian law has very stringent laws, stringent provisions for people who are guilty of revenge porn, So the police has gotten involved, and we'll see how that goes. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
Good evening. What's your name, ma'am?
Yerima on the line.
Chidima, welcome. Talk to me.
Thank you. Did I hear the bandit talking about Shetima talking about negotiation with the bandit?
Yerima, yes.
Yerima.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra, is it not in this same country that the bandit negotiated with Nigerian federal government, and federal government went to the hospital to take their wife to the hospital to give birth, and the same bandits commanded them to bring their children with their wives to their territory before they will agree? Did that agreement work, Sandra? These people are using this to extort money. That's Yerima man of a thing. He's using in fact, he's the one that is encouraging those people. That man needs to be arrested. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We've got this message here from Ugochukwu Okoro. Ugochukwu says, Sandra, when it comes to the Southeast, nobody talks about amnesty and negotiation. But when it comes to other parts of the country, amnesty and negotiation pops up. Until the injustices done against Ndigbo is addressed in Nigeria, will remain where it is. Comrade Koboko is here. Welcome. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Welcome. Sir?
For revenge is anti-Christ, is highly condemnable, and Nigeria is going to start to protest against it. I'm not going to do with the knife on my neck. It's absurd. It's unacceptable for me. That's number one. Number two, Yerima supposed to ask questions. Supposed to be asked questions. First of all, who is sponsoring the bandits and the Boko Haram? That's number one. Two, you can never negotiate with the terrorists. Number three, Malami told us that he has the names of the sponsors. What happened? So let us start from the names that he has, that is sponsor banditry and the Boko Haram. Thirdly, the people that the flood will hit, which is a natural and universal phenomenon. Maybe tomorrow now somebody will come and tell us say he hit in Adamawa more than Bayelsa. That's what will happen this year. If he hits, let the federal government share equally. Let me say, he will do for this one. Adamawa, he comes through concerning my presidency. Please, as you know, one, bring their ministers. Maybe he's waiting for the judgment of the Supreme Court of Peter Obi case. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, comrade. We've got messages on WhatsApp. Let's take a look at more of them. Ochonaga Samson says, let this administration restructure the polity as it were in the First Republic for us to have progress. They were the proponents of real democracy in the years back. If it is not done, people like Yerima will not stop asking for amnesty. Free money is what they want. Ochonaga Samson, thanks for your message. Sir Ken says, what I will never understand is the need for people to turn on their cameras when they're naked. Love cannot be that irrational. First things first, people should have some decency and respect for themselves. Sir Ken, where you are wrong is that in this case, of course, this woman did not even consent to this man taking her pictures. If you heard what I said, this man took the pictures of this woman while she was asleep and also took videos while they were being intimate together. I mean, what control do you have over that? And then, of course, I think the advice should be for if you are a decent human being and you are sharing intimacy with another decent human being and you both decide to record it for whatever reason, decency dictates that you do not share that with someone else. You definitely don't upload it on different websites and church WhatsApp groups and porn websites. You're just a despicable, horrible person. There's nothing to be said about the victim of this crime right now and everything to be said about the perpetrator of the crime, as far as I'm concerned, Sir Ken. We've got this one here from Dean Naji, who says, until a law is promulgated by the federal government that whoever releases the nude of anyone will be sent to 14 years in jail, this madness will keep going on. That man is a terrible person. He should be made to face the law. Indeed, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Dean Naji also says, I totally disagree with Senator Yerima. I don't agree that terrorists should be brought to a round table or be pardoned. The federal government should descend on them with all the arsenals available to them so as to eradicate these heartless set of people killing and causing harm. We must reclaim Nigeria. All right. Thanks for your message. Mayor from Ajah says, how did Yerima introduce the group as militants or bandits? Because what I understand as bandit is a thief, which is a criminal. Do they have an agitation? If a man robs a woman at Oshodi Bridge because he has needs, if he is caught, should he not be prosecuted? The Constitution demands everybody to live right. If you're negotiating for a bandit, you are complicit. They are weakened, is why they need a roundtable recess. All right. Thank you very much, Mayor from Ajah, for your message. This one is from Etim Godwin, who says, I don't think Senator Yerima has a moral right to advise the federal government on amnesty for bandits. Giving them amnesty is criminal. And if I may ask, what are they fighting for, please? All right, Etim. This one here from the Merchant Man says, the demand for amnesty from Yerima is absurd. When it happens in the East, you see soldiers shooting on sight. You cannot talk of such with these demons who have killed thousands of people. We've got this one that says, honestly, what the guy did is really bad. I tell my girlfriend to send it to me, and she does it. But hearing this from your station, I will delete all of my girlfriend's nudes. I'll do it now, and I'll ask for her forgiveness. I'll also ask her not to send any to me anymore, even if I ask her to send. All right. Thank you very much for sending your message in. We've got this one here from Kelechi in Ojo. Kelechi says, armed bandits are criminals and should be punished. Are they the only poor in the country? Poverty is no excuse for being a criminal. All right. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Auntie Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jacob Adamawa.
Jacob, welcome.
Auntie Sandra, you see that what that man did? Is a totally, I don't know how to call the man, seriously. As in, even a child will never do such thing in his life. As in, can I call him an animal? An animal is better than all such things. Something that you do with somebody that trusted you It's not an easy thing for a woman to trust you 100% to open herself for you, and you as a man. Mumu self is better than that man. Mumu person is better than that man. Seriously. As for Yerima, Abi Shetima, Yerima, and Sandra, these people, they know who is who. They all know themselves.
Okay.
And Sandra, they are all in that society. It's an organization, or all this banditry, Boko Haram. It's an organization. They know who is who. They know themselves, and Sandra. So let us not waste our time. Seriously, we are like slaves in our own country, in our father's land. We are like slaves. And why? I'm tired, oh. I'm fed up, oh. Seriously.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Please don't be tired. Don't be fed up. We've got Emmanuel here. Emmanuel, how you doing?
Yeah, Sandra, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Sandra, a lot of our leaders are complicit in this insecurity we find ourselves in this country. Because these guys carrying these heavy weapons, you begin to ask yourself, where are they seeing these weapons, They can't see this weapon, if they don't have a helping hand, and then the country, the leadership of the country seems to be giving them on written waivers, and then for prosecution. Because if you want to dig deep into all these things, some people argue it is machinery carrying out these, so some of these attacks, which I believe it is a argument we can't really follow, because if these people are really machineries, who bring them into the country? So it's unfortunate that proper investigation is not carried out, and then people who are supposed to be prosecuted are not prosecuted. That is for that. As for the person who brought out the nude pictures, I think, are we evaluating this person's mental health? Because I don't know how a human being will go this far. And then I heard you say that he said the end of the woman might be suicide.
Yes.
Ah, God. Well, it should be picked up and then prosecuted. People like me would not want to hear a story that the prosecution team never prepared their case well, and then he escaped from justice. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for calling. The chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Adamu, says the list of principal officers for the 10th National Assembly that Godswill Akpabio announced on Tuesday, and also the House of Representatives Speaker Tajuddin Abbas announced, is not from the political party. He said that he had a courtesy call where he received the speaker and his deputy, but that he's hearing, quote, a rumor now from the online media that there have been some announcements in the Senate and House of Reps. The national headquarters of the party has not given any such information or communicated about the choice of offices. And until we formally resolve and communicate with them in writing, which is the norm and practice, it is not our intention to break away from traditions. Whatever announcement is done, either by the President of the Senate, Deputy Senate President, Speaker or Deputy Speaker, is not from this Secretariat. What do you make of that? Very bizarre stuff. APC saying that it has nothing to do with the announcement of the National Assembly principal officers. Remember, we talked about it yesterday, those announcements. And I don't know. Now, to be clear, the law doesn't say that the National Assembly must get input from any party leadership. I have to say that. And of course, we saw the actual lawmakers go against their party leaders in 2015 and 2011 when they were even picking Senate presidents. So while it's remarkable that Adamu is saying that he was not carried along, it must be in writing, the list must be from the party. What the leadership of the Senate has done is not illegal, and the House of Representatives. What the legislative arm of government has done with these announcements is not illegal. It's not new, but it does raise questions, doesn't it? Is there trouble in the APC? How big is the trouble in the APC? Because remember, even the emergence of Akpabio and Abbas, it was controversial. Will we keep seeing these rifts between the APC and its lawmakers? Will the minority parties be able to take advantage in some way? 0700-993-993-993 01465-7190. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
This is Mbachu from Ogun State.
Mbachu from Ogun State. Welcome. Talk to me.
Yeah, Sandra, you know what's happened in this country, Nigeria, concerning Yerima?
What?
You could remember there's one man, other Abdul or what, that arrested in Egypt while traveling out.
Yes.
And some document to find on him against all the security and that. Where is the case now? Where is the case up to this moment? The problem here, we celebrate evil. We celebrate people that are not supposed to celebrate. If somebody from the South is make that statement now, by now, yes, could attack his place. Let us understand this is a Nigerian. We have no other country in this country.
But what statement did he make that DSS should arrest him for? He said we should go the way of amnesty and dialogue and negotiations instead of an all-out aggressive campaign because the damage, the collateral damage could be insane. You know, is that a statement that DSS should be inviting him over to explain? Is it? 99.3, hello.
I greet you.
I greet you too.
There's nothing wrong that Senator Yerima said.
Right.
I've always said on this platform, people that we should negotiate with terrorists. There's nothing wrong in negotiating with terrorists. Nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. The only thing there is that we must negotiate from the point of strength. The great countries you see all over the world, they will come and tell you they don't negotiate with terrorists. They lie. They negotiate with terrorists. There's nothing wrong with it. So, but for me, we have to rejig our security forces and everything. The new president has made a statement. He has, made some new reshuffle the security. We want to see them up and doing, and whatever it takes for us to have peace, especially in Northeast, let it be done. I don't see anything wrong with what the man has said. Whether he married 40 wives or 10 years, that's another issue entirely. And for the blackmailer, my word is not the blackmailer itself. It's about the victim now. Because she'll be in a serious, she'll be traumatized now. A lot of things will be going through the mind. I think she needs a counselor and those that will really, speak to her and encourage her. Attention all. As it is now, she's not going to be herself at all. That's my worry. I hope she does not do anything stupid to herself. So people that know her are not to talk to her and counsel her out of the kind of, because this is the kind of situation. It's not fast. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, thankfully, her family members and friends are being very supportive. They've really surrounded her with love and support, and they're doing their best to be there for her. So, and I really love that. I really appreciate that. I love that society is moving gradually away from seeing the person who has been wronged as the person who did something wrong, and we're instead providing support for a victim, and that's what she is, So hopefully the police actually follow through. The police say that they're investigating this man. Hopefully they actually follow through, and this man ends up in front of a judge and a sentence is passed about the state of his guilt. All right, we'll take messages. Well, actually, let's take a few more calls. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Deborah Kasa.
Welcome, Deborah.
You cannot compare the Niger Delta's military to the northern part. Because the northern part, they said they have 3 parts of military amnesty. And can you defend how you can get one group to settle with them? If you settle with them in one group, the other 2 groups will face us again. How can we bring them together now? They can never compare that northern side, their way of doing things, killing people, to the Niger Delta. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Prince on the line. Hi, Prince.
How are you, Lady Sandra?
Oh, thanks for calling back.
How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Thank you, my dear. You see, as it is now, the former Sanfara governor, I don't know what the man is saying. Can you compare bandit terrorism with the Niger Delta boy? They are fighting for that right. And now, where can we sit down to negotiate with the bandits? Huh? Okay, what would they put on the table as their demand? You know what are you talking about? That governor should be extra careful. The federal government should not listen to him. They should not listen to him. Therefore, that.
Okay.
And for the chairman of APC, I think that man is due for retirement. At that age, he's supposed to let the other one take over. We have the Senate President, we have the Speaker. You want to select their principal officer, you didn't need to go to him. So for me, the man just using borrowed time. The best thing to do for him to say, I performed brilliantly, and my party won the election. I thank God. Let me sit down, let me relax and retire and continue thanking my God. That's how I see it, Lady Sandra.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate it. 99.3. Oh, no. I've got a few minutes. So let me just quickly take messages from social media now. We can renegotiate with terrorists to surrender their arms. People shouldn't be bigoted about every issue on air. It's inciting. We should have gone past bigot issues by now. Later, we'll start accusing politicians. Tunde from Aja. Okay. Who's been bigoted, Tunde? Huh? All right. We've got Abe who says, please, there's no single justification for recording your mating period or your nakedness with any partner. For what reason? Your mating should be enjoyed at that moment and the rest in the memory. Sandra, don't justify madness of the end time in the name of love, infatuation, or expression of emotion. But that's your opinion, you know, and you've shared it. But what you find acceptable in your own bedroom, another people in their own bedroom will say, well, we can push the limit. That's why if you like vanilla, some other person likes what's the word I'm looking for now? Some other person likes strawberry, yes, or they like pecan, butter pecan, or they like cookies and cream. You know, everybody cannot like vanilla. So if a person likes cookies and cream and they get their cookies and cream from a particular store, and that particular store then decides, these cookies and cream that you like, I'm going to tell the entire world that you like cookies and cream, except you give me some money. We don't start telling someone don't like cookies and cream. We instead say, this person that wants to collect money because you like cookies and cream, how can we punish them? And that's why Nigeria very wisely came up with laws and says anybody who puts out pictures of their partner that likes cookies and cream without the consent of that partner that likes cookies and cream, you will like prison, you will like jail. Right? So it's all good and fine for Abe to say, but why would anybody do that? That's fine. As long as we remember that if a person who does it, and in this story, the person did it without the consent of their partner was asleep, and their partner was not aware that he was making videos. So in this case, this guy is even a double criminal. There was stealthing in there. As alongside the revenge porn. So he stealthed and he revenge porned, you know. So away from these two things, if it was consensual and then you decided to go and share the consensual a movie or pictures, you've committed a crime. The language should move away from, you know, you should be more this, you should be... No, the language should always be, don't commit a crime. That's it. End of discussion, really, to be honest with you. Because you can say, people need to be more careful. Nobody gets into a relationship expecting that the person getting into a relationship with is a criminal. Nobody gets into a relationship expecting that the person they're getting into a relationship with is a bad person who would want to hurt them at the end of the day. People get into a relationship, a loving relationship, and trust each other. And when you trust somebody that you're in a relationship with, you're going to do some things that somebody like Abe will say is stupid. Is it stupid? Stupid is relative. We can't impose one person's definition of stupid on everybody. What we can impose, however, is how everybody should act within the ambience of the law. And what the law says is, do not distribute nudes, porn, without the consent of a partner who you have intimate relations with. That's what the law says. If you do it, prison is going to be in your future. Let's bring you business news. After the business news, it's time for the glass ceiling. On the glass ceiling today, let's talk about why in 2023 we still have people who say, if you don't have a male child, I will kick you out of this house. I will marry a new wife, even though the male child is more often than not determined by, what one person puts into the other. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Don't go away.
And now the business news.